Hi, I'm Tracie Mahan, and I'm going to be one of the facilitators for the Egypt retreat, the Initiatic Path, in April with Laura Mitri. And I just wanted to let you know a little bit about myself in case you don't know who I am. I grew up in a very intuitive household where my mother and my father both supported me very much in my intuitive path. I had early on things happening where messages would come in, things loved ones from the other side were communicating with me, giving me messages. And that just started to grow, and my curiosity started to grow with that as the communications increased and increased. So by the time I had graduated high school, I realized that there was so much more to our world than just what was being told to me in catechism class and through our world constructs. And so I started to become a seeker. And in that journey of being a seeker, I fell into some really cool things. My alignment to the right people at the right time started to play out. The first thing that I started to do was I started dream analogy. And in the dream analogy, I ended up having a series of dreams that told me about a past life that I had. And when that happened, it cleared a whole lot of drama for me. And I think I was about 19 or 20 years old when that happened. So that was like this big, big moment for me. And I just had chills run through my whole body, all the confirmation that we get when we get something like that. And so that started me wanting to know more about past lives. And so that journey for me started early on because that was I was young. I was not long out of school that all of that happened. And so I started that journey. I started a path into the intuitive understandings, into dream analogy, into the subconscious mind, into hypnosis. First, I started doing readings for people on past lives. I found that I was able to do that. I was able to pick up on their past lives. And I did a lot of clearing with people through just doing readings in my younger years. But I remembered how impactful that was for me to go through my own clearing the way that I did. And so I wanted to do something even bigger. I wanted them to go through their experience, and that brought me into hypnosis. And as soon as I opened that door for that to happen, it came to me. I took a course in hypnosis. It was clinical hypnosis and therapeutic hypnosis, but it also had a section with past lives. And so I took that, and I took that was a certifying course that took 9 months of my training, and I loved that class. And forever friends from that class. We meet our people in these kind of things, and that started my journey with doing the hypnosis and bringing people to their own past lives and clearing past lives. But things started happening in my office that I was like, what's going on? What's happening with this person? They're going into this altered state. And then I discovered Dolores Cannon and that her sessions, she took people through past lives and then went to talk to the higher self. I'm like, that's what's happening. That's what's happening in my office. And so I took her course. And of course, if you know me at all, I'm a level 3 practitioner of the quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon. And I'm also a teacher or instructor for the QHHT level 3 practitioners because I love it so much, because it's such a fascinating thing. And so one of the things I want to do with you guys in this journey to Egypt is let's find out where our connections are to these beautiful pyramids, to this energy, to the vortexes, to the temples. Let's find out. Let's go on these journeys, and let's go into the subconscious mind, and let's find what's happening. Why are we drawn to this? Why are we brought back to these places? And there's a lot of sacred sites around the world that we're all being drawn to right now and reactivated through these sites. And it's important for us, I think, as we journey into this awakening, to start understanding more about who we are and how wonderful and big and expansive we are. And that's going to bring me to Daniel, Octurian Daniel. So when I was in my level 2 training in Arkansas, um, I went through an experience there that shook my world. I came home from that training for my level 2 certification with the QHHT. And I started channeling. Daniel started coming out. And so I went through my process with learning what that all was and where that was taking me. And it took me into the ascension activation sessions and readings with Daniel. And there's a lot of healing work in both of these modalities. So I love to do them both. If you want to check out any of those, please go to my website. That's traciemahan.com. But my journey with Daniel, that started in 2018. And so Arcturian Daniel is going to be a big part also in this journey to Egypt, because the Arcturians were a big part of Egypt. And we're going to find out more about that. I didn't know so much about that. I was informed of that myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to know more. And then here I get invited to go. And so this is going to be an extraordinary trip. I'm really excited about joining Laura and bringing this trip to everybody that is signing up, and hopefully getting to know me a little bit better, and knowing my journey also will help you to know who you're going to be working with on this journey. Who are your guides? Who are your facilitators taking you across these lands? And we're going to take some of the opportunities of this free space to take people into understanding their own soul language, light language, their frequency, and also their own channeling. Who are they connected to? Who are you connected to? Who is it that you want to bring through? And just learning again more about yourself, more about what are you capable of doing, right? People are always, what are my psychic abilities? What are my gifts? What is my purpose here? And this is it. We're opening up to understanding how we can connect to things in all the dimensions, working with the knowledge and pulling in more knowledge and moving through different dimensions to talk to different beings and move with the information they're giving us. So it's really going to be a fascinating time. I really hope that this video helped you get to know me a little bit more. And if you made it this far and you haven't signed up yet, I'm going to give the first 5 people that use Arcturian Daniel as a code word. Arcturian Daniel. If you sign up and use that code word, you're going to get a 1-hour reading with Arcturian Daniel. You can write out your questions. You can ask away, and Daniel will look at those questions and bring you your answers. And so if you use the code word or code phrase Arcturian Daniel, when you sign up, you will get a 1-hour session with Daniel, just one-on-one, you and me. And we're probably going to have to do that through Zoom if you're okay with that, because doing that in person, we'll look at that. But I don't want to put any false pretenses out there, because we're going to be pretty busy on the trip. But don't worry, you're going to get your 1 hour. So the first 5 people that sign up with Arcturian Daniel get 1 hour with Arcturian Daniel in a channel, getting your personal messages met. Okay, so we'll find a way to do that, whether it's on the trip or through Zoom video before or after. Okay, all right, you guys, that's my video to you. I want to take you really quick before I get off of here. If you haven't seen the website yet, this will give you an idea of the trip, the itinerary. And I just want to take you through this. So you're going to have your choices. You got 15, 16, or 17-day itinerary, whatever you want to meet your needs. And so if you go to the website, which I'll have a link for that website down below, but if you go to the website, you'll be able to see the itinerary, and I'll go through it pretty slow here so you can kind of look at it. You can pause the video, you can read it. This is just a page of the itinerary, and then there's another link that you can go to. Part of this is on a cruise, by the way. Beautiful, amazing. Everything about this trip just makes me buzz and get excited about it. But this is the trip. And then at the end of this, if you want to add 1 or 2 more days on, you can. And if you go to the link, you can look at that and just spend some time here and see if this resonates for you. We have a pretty amazing group going so far. So these are the extended days right here. And these are what you can do. And then you'll go to this link here. If you want to sign up, it'll give you more information. Okay. So I just wanted you to see all of that, because I mean, this is going to be an extraordinary trip. there's just going to be so much energy here and so much transformation. So I hope to see you guys there. We've got an amazing group already going, but we got room for more. So come on in. First 5 people, Octavia and Daniel. You'll get a 1 hour reading with Daniel. And I'm excited to see who's going to jump on in that because I get to share time with you and that'll be fun, right? All right, you guys, until we see each other in Egypt, I'll say my goodbyes.